Imagine we're going back to the time of wild horses, brave cowboys, and a town where the law was determined by gunfire. Yes, we're talking about the Wild West of America, a place where every photo is like a window into a brutal and exciting past. Welcome to the video. Today, we're going to explore 26 amazing photos from this era that showcase real history in a way you may have never seen before. But before we dive into the photos, I have a question for you. Which aspect of the Wild West and all the other images intrigues you the most? The cowboys, the Native Americans, or perhaps the infamous outlaws and thieves? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe an interesting fact is waiting for you right here. A lone cowboy stands in the vast desert, the scorching sun beating down on him, carefully adjusting his gun. With a cold and determined gaze, he looks into the distance, as if he might face danger at any moment. This moment of preparation is all he has to ready himself for survival in this wild and unforgiving land, where only the strongest endure. A migrant family is traveling through the heart of the desert with a wooden wagon and several horses. Their tired faces and hopeful eyes are fixed ahead as they journey with all their belongings from distant lands in search of a better life. The wooden wagon serves as both their home and a shield against the wind, storms, and unknown dangers along the way, a symbol of resilience and hope in the face of the endless hardships of the Wild West. An armed woman stands resolutely beside her small wooden home. She firmly holds her gun and scans her surroundings with a fierce gaze. She is ready to protect her home and family against any threat. In the Wild West, where safety is scarce, this woman stands alone as a symbol of courage and unwavering determination. Two cowboys stand facing each other in the dusty, quiet center of town, their gazes locked, hands close to their guns, and breaths held. A heavy silence envelops the scene as spectators watch anxiously from a distance, their eyes fixed on this deadly duel. In an instant, everything changes. This is the moment of decision, where speed and accuracy make the difference between life and death. A tribe of Native Americans has gathered in the expansive plains to hold their traditional ceremony. Tribe members, dressed in colorful attire adorned with sacred patterns, gently circle around the fire, paying homage to nature and their ancestors with the sounds of drums and song. This ceremony represents a profound connection to the land and a narrative of their history and identity, where every movement and sound carries a unique and spiritual significance. A large herd of cattle slowly crosses the desert amid dust and under the scorching sun. Cowboys skillfully guide them, carefully ensuring that no cow strays from the herd. The sounds of hooves and the whinnies of horses fill the air, creating a scene that captures the hard life and adventurous spirit of cowboys in the heart of the harsh and expansive Wild West. A miner stands beside his tools, gazing intently at the ground with a weary yet hopeful expression. In his hands, he holds a pickaxe and a shovel, surrounded by scattered rocks and dirt. He is searching for gold or other valuable resources that could change his life. This image symbolizes determination and effort in a world filled with challenges and hardships, where every dig might lead to a new hope. A bandit, with a face filled with excitement and anxiety, is fleeing from the scene of the crime. He tightly clutches bags of gold in his hands as he swiftly navigates through the trees and desert hills. The sound of his horse's hooves echoes in the air, and at any moment, he could be caught by the law. This image of tension and danger captures the essence of an illegal life and the bravery needed to survive in the perilous world of the Wild West. A wooden house, its color faded in the scorching desert sun, stands in the middle of a wide plain. The wind gently rustles through the surrounding palm trees, and the sound of rustling leaves fills the air. This house serves as a place of living, a refuge from relentless storms and oppressive heat. Its windows are open, displaying simplicity and warmth, a space that holds the memories and stories of a family despite the harsh and challenging life in this desert. A woman, with a determined face and strong gaze, holds a large shotgun in her hands. She stares ahead, carefully watching her surroundings. The shotgun symbolizes her strength and resolve, a weapon that shows she is prepared to protect herself and her family. Her clothes are a bit dusty, bearing the marks of the hardships of life in the Wild West. But this does not deter her from her purpose. She connects effortlessly with her weapon, ready to stand against any threat. The buffalo hunter stands amidst the vast open plains of the West, with a weary face and resolute determination. Dressed in leather garments and wearing a hat made from animal skins, he quietly searches for signs of buffalo. In his hands rests an old rifle, and beside him are knives and the necessary tools for processing animal hides. This hunter is a part of the culture and life of Native Americans, connected to nature and wild animals for the sake of survival and providing for his family. He is well acquainted with the movements and behaviors of buffalo and is always ready to hunt these massive creatures for their hides and meat. The sheriff, with a sturdy stature and a serious gaze, walks down the dusty, empty street of the town. His clothes are neatly worn and his badge shines prominently on his chest. With keen eyes, he surveys his surroundings, keeping a close watch on every movement. The sound of his belt clinking and the hooves of his horse echo on the ground, signaling authority and order in this town. The sheriff is a symbol of law and justice in this ruthless land, and everyone knows he will never neglect his duty. With every step he takes, he instills a sense of safety and power in the townsfolk, yet his awareness of lurking dangers keeps him ever vigilant. A train of freight wagons slowly moves through the desert plains. The wagons, painted in various colors, carry valuable loads that reflect the hard work and efforts of men and women in search of a better life. Steam rises from the train's chimneys into the sky, and the rumble of the wheels on the tracks echoes in the silence of the desert. This image symbolizes progress and movement in the world of the Wild West, where communication and trade shape the daily lives of the people and keep the hope for a better tomorrow alive. A simple wedding celebration is taking place in the heart of the Wild West. The young couple stands together, their faces filled with joy and hope, surrounded by friends and family. The bride's dress is made from simple, handcrafted fabric, and the groom is elegantly dressed in rustic attire and denim pants. The space is surrounded by wildflowers and natural decorations, with sounds of laughter and joy filling the air. The ceremony, accompanied by local music and traditional dances, beautifully showcases the culture and spirit of the community. This celebration is not only a union between two individuals, but also a celebration of two families and two different histories coming closer together in love and solidarity in this harsh and unforgiving world. A brave and confident cowboy rides through the heart of the forest. He sits atop his horse, carefully observing his surroundings, his eyes searching for signs of wildlife and the natural beauty of the woods. Tall, shaded trees gently surround him, and birds fill the air with their delightful songs. This cowboy, dressed in leather and wearing a wide-brimmed hat, embodies freedom and adventure. His deep connection to nature and the wild, untamed life influences his spirit and being, encouraging him to continue his journey. In this moment, he is not just a cowboy, but also a part of the land and the countless stories hidden within these forests. Women working on the farm, filled with determination and strong will, are busy with their daily tasks. Under the scorching sun, dressed in simple clothes and with sweat-drenched faces, they are engaged in harvesting crops and taking care of livestock. Each one of them skillfully and experientedly participates in activities such as planting, watering, and harvesting, with their laughter and conversations resonating in the air. These women not only support their families, but also play a vital role in sustaining the livelihood of their community. Every day they grapple with natural challenges and harsh conditions, but their love for the land and production drives them forward. Their presence symbolizes strength and resilience, breathing life into the harsh realities of the Wild West and leaving a profound impact on the history and culture of that era. The night unfolds in a dimly lit and crowded tavern, filled with laughter and the sounds of local music. In one corner, a poker table gathers serious and focused men dressed in leather and large hats, each trying to outsmart their opponents with strategy. Their sharp eyes closely observe every move, with playing cards and wooden tokens representing money visible on the table. Players hold cups of drinks, and occasionally, one expresses frustration, declaring, "You have nothing." Curious spectators gather around, eagerly watching the game, where not only poker is played, but also competition, bravery, and the desire to prove superiority. Every hand could lead to a new adventure and an exciting story. A priest with a calm and contemplative face stands next to a wooden cross. Dressed in simple, flowing robes, he embodies signs of piety and humility. In his hand, he gently holds a Bible or a prayer book, with his gaze focused on the cross. This cross symbolizes faith and hope amid the hardships and challenges of life in the Wild West. Surrounding him is a vast landscape of open plains and a blue sky, accompanied by the soft sound of the wind, creating a spiritual and serene atmosphere. This priest, through his prayers and words, helps people find hope and tranquility in the difficult circumstances of life. He is not only a religious leader, but also a spiritual support for his community, and his presence next to the cross serves as a reminder of human and spiritual values in this harsh world. Men and women dancing come together in a large circle, executing synchronized and harmonious movements with joy and energy. Their colorful traditional attire showcases the beauty and diversity of their culture. The sound of drums and local music fills the space, urging everyone to move. Each of them, with broad smiles and vibrant faces, demonstrates that this event is not just a celebration, but also an opportunity for unity and solidarity within the community. Dance serves as a means for them to express their emotions and culture, and amid their movements, stories, and memories of the past come to life. These moments are filled with joy and a love for life, reminding us of the power of human connection in the heart of nature and history. A Native American child with bright eyes and a broad smile plays joyfully in the heart of nature. Amidst the trees and tall grasses, he runs around carefree and filled with happiness. In his hands, he holds a handmade doll or a piece of wood as a sword, embarking on grand adventures fueled by his imagination. His laughter resonates through the air, and his playmates have joined him. This child symbolizes the simple and genuine life in indigenous culture, where every day offers opportunities for learning and new experiences. While playing, he unconsciously absorbs the cultural values and traditions of his people, filling his world with color and fantasy through the stories and legends he hears from the elders. This moment signifies joy and hope within the heart of nature and his rich culture. The image of a doctor and a patient captures a moment of human and professional interaction. The doctor, dressed in white with a compassionate gaze, is examining the patient. He sits in a simple examination room, equipped with basic medical tools, attentively listening to the patient's concerns. The patient's face reflects worry or pain, but the sense of security and calm provided by the doctor gives him hope. This interaction symbolizes care and attention to the health of individuals in the challenging conditions of the Wild West. The doctor is not only a healer, but also a friend and advisor, striving to provide the best care to the patient with his knowledge and skills. This image highlights the importance of health and healthcare in small, remote communities, where life and well-being are deeply intertwined. A dignified and confident woman stands guard in a remote area. Dressed in sturdy clothing suitable for harsh conditions, she holds a rifle in her hands and gazes into the distance. Her movements are calm and steady, reflecting her experience and skill in facing potential dangers. This woman symbolizes strength and determination in a tough and unforgiving world, where she must protect herself and her community. At every sudden sound, she listens intently, ready to react if necessary. Her face displays a mix of seriousness and resolve, instilling a sense of security in those around her. She is recognized not only as a guardian, but also as a symbol of women's power in the society in which she lived. A gambler, with a focused expression and sharp eyes, sits in a corner of a casino or gambling hall, counting his money. With skilled hands, he carefully arranges the coins and bills, and each time he adds a sum, a smile crosses his lips. His attire reflects his luxurious and thrilling lifestyle. Around him, the joyful and exciting sounds of other gamblers and dealers fill the air. But all his attention is fixed on the money in his hands. This moment represents a blend of happiness and stress. He contemplates not only his past victories, but also the risks he may face in the future. This gambler is a symbol of the thrilling and dangerous world of gambling, where every moment can bring significant changes to his life. A Native American, dressed in traditional attire adorned with indigenous patterns, beautifully represents the rich culture and identity of his people. His clothing, with natural colors and handcrafted designs, showcases the artistry and skills of past generations. The motifs imprinted on the fabrics illustrate cultural stories and legends, connecting to his history and identity. His face, bearing a deep and contemplative expression, reflects his profound bond with the land and nature. In his hands, he may hold a sacred object or a tool for his daily tasks, symbolizing his way of life and traditions. This Native American, as a guardian of culture and history, continually strives to preserve his identity and heritage, passing it on to future generations. In these garments, he embodies not just an individual, but a representative of a rich culture and a proud history. A horse thief is fleeing with speed and agility, the sound of his horse's hooves echoing in the desert. With a disheveled and chaotic appearance, he navigates through trees and small hills, searching for refuge to escape his pursuers. His face shows excitement and worry, knowing that danger could be imminent at any moment. This horse thief, dressed in leather with a hat perched on his head, has adapted well to his surroundings, utilizing his riding skills and quickness to his advantage. A sense of freedom and escape surges within him, but he is acutely aware of the potential consequences his actions may bring. In this moment, he embodies the world of lawlessness and dangerous adventures in the Wild West, where life and death hang by a thin thread. The sunset over the Wild West desert presents a stunning and serene scene. The sky gradually shifts from hues of yellow and orange to deep red as the sunlight wanes, casting long shadows over the sandy and rocky hills. A gentle breeze rustles through the tall grasses, its soothing sound bringing a sense of silence and tranquility. In the distance, the sculptural shapes of mountains and cliffs beautifully stand against the radiant sky. This sunset moment is not only a sign of the day's end, but also an opportunity for reflection and contemplation on life and nature. For the indigenous people and travelers, this scene symbolizes the natural beauty and cultural richness of the Wild West. In this sunset, they feel a deep connection to the land and sky, reminding them of the beauty that this land holds amidst all its challenges and dangers. Well, friends, that was 26 amazing photos from the American Wild West. Which photo impacted you the most? Be sure to let us know in the comments, and if you'd like us to create more special videos like this, subscribe to the channel.